Hello everybody. Today you're going to do some work on your air skimmer. First things first, if you have not finished decorating it and cutting it, you need to decorate it and cut it. If you haven't finished the part 1 assignment, you need to finish that. Once done with that, you're going to move to the part 2 assignment. In the part 2 assignment, you're going to do your cutting and your assembling. If you need help, many people in the class have already done it. Ask them for some help. Also, watch the videos in the part 2 assignment. Once you've assembled your air skimmer, please make sure that you take pictures of it. You're going to take a picture of the front, the top, the side, and the back. Put it in your part 2 assignment. Go to the next slide. If there are any questions that need to be answered that you can answer them. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to set up a spreadsheet for your test data. So your test data sheet that you're going to get in class is going to look like this. Okay? If you don't have one, don't worry. I have all the information in the assignment. Just note the columns that you're going to be collecting data for. Your trial number, so you're going to number it 1, 2, 3, whatever. The first 5 launches should be hand launches, so you're going to type in H's. When you move to the paperclip launcher, you're going to type in PC. You're going to record the distance traveled in feet, and we're talking about where the nose ends up, not the tail. Sometimes your skimmer requires some more weight, so if you need to add paper clips, you're going to identify how many you added, and then you're going to have a column for observations. So we have that all set up in your spreadsheet, which looks just like this. Okay, so first things first, you're going to take a look at your spreadsheet, and you'll notice that a spreadsheet is divided into columns going up and down and rows going across. The first thing I want you to do is come in and change the title of the assignment. Okay, so you can change the assignment to say, why don't we change it to be Air Skimmer Data. Okay, once you do that, we're going to follow the instructions on the right. It asks you to enter your name. So please enter your name in the next cell. Okay, so if my name were Sally Brown, I would enter my name. Don't worry if your name goes beyond the column. Okay, so you can change your fonts by selecting a cell, changing your font, and changing your size. But I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to select the entire spreadsheet by clicking on this little cell between the A and the 1. Okay, then I'm going to ask you to definitely make sure that your size is at least 12. So it should be 12 or 14, no bigger, no smaller. You can change your font if you want, but make sure you choose a font that's really easy to read. I'm going to leave it at Arial. Okay, so my instructions are right here. And so we've changed our font size, and we're on number 3. Okay, we need to insert a row between the name and the column header. This is the column header. So to insert a row, it's pretty easy. Notice you can select a cell just by clicking in the cell. You can select a column by clicking on the column. You can select a row by clicking on the row. Okay, click on the row, and then you're going to go, okay, well, the easy way to insert a row for me is click on the row, go into your insert, and say that you want to create a row above. Okay? And in this row, you're going to type in the title. Okay? It's going to be Air Skimmer Test Data. Okay? All right, so now it kind of looks a little sloppy, so we're going to do a little work with our formatting. I can make all of these cells appear to be 1. So if I choose this cell, this cell, this cell, and this cell, I can come up to my toolbar, and I'm looking for something that looks like an elevator door closing. I'm going to merge them. Okay, now if my name's spilt over the edge of the cell, it's not going to do it anymore. We want to make this next cell look like a title. So let's select all of these cells, and I'm doing that just by clicking and dragging. Okay, if you accidentally click and move something, just hit Control Z to undo. So I want to make all of these appear to be one cell. Okay, since it's going to be my title, so I want my title to be bigger, maybe a different, bolder font. Okay, and definitely I want my title to be centered. So I'm going to choose the alignment and center. Okay, I can also color fill this cell if I wanted, and I'm going to make it a light yellow. Okay, now it really looks like a title. Okay, so these are our column headers, and we're going to select this cell, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do to the other cells. So it says that we should center justify the title and color fill it. Done. 6, we're going to center justify left to right and top to bottom, both the column headers, all of the column headers, and color fill them. So if I select all these cells, I could do it one at a time. I want to make sure it's centered in this direction, and then I want it to be centered vertically as well. I also want to bold this because this is pretty important. Okay, I can do the same exact thing here. So I can center it and center it. Okay, I'm going to make that bold. Okay, so I want to show you a trick. So for this trick, there's something called a format painter. It's also in Google Docs. If I select something, I can choose this because I'm going to want to make this cell look like that, have the same formatting. So I'm going to select the cell I want to make it look like, choose the paint, and then click on this cell. And now it's bolded, it's centered, and so on. So I could choose that again. I have this cell selected. I'm going to choose it, and this time I'm going to select these 2 cells. Okay. All right. You're going to make your observations, your observations column wider. You can make your trial skinnier, and how I'm doing that is I'm grabbing the line up between the letters and dragging it in. Okay. So now we're going to get set up for data, but one more thing. I'm going to select all of these cells. I'm not going to merge them, but I do want them to look like column headers. So I'm going to choose a different fill color. Notice I'm choosing light colors, and that's so I can see my dark text. All right, so let's enter in trial 1 here and trial 2. Okay, and I'm going to say I want both of these cells to be centered. Okay, and I'm going to show you another trick. So Google Sheets knows how to do math for you. So if I select the 1 and the 2, you'll notice there's a little blue dot at the bottom. Drag that down, and now notice how it adds 1 to the previous number, and it gives us a list of 1 to 10. Okay, once you have all of that done, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to select from your name over, we're going to scroll down, we're going to select the 10, and we're going to set it up so we can see all of the cells if we were to print it. So I'm going to add some borders. To add a border, I'm looking for the icon that looks like a window. If you don't see it, click on the little 3 dots here and click on it. And I'm going to choose to put borders around every cell. And it's going to look like this. Once you have this done, your spreadsheet is ready for data. So next time in class, on Monday, we'll do some test runs. We'll record our data on our paper sheet, and then we'll put that information into the spreadsheet. Okay, so have a great class. If you finish all of your work, you can work on your 3D Mobi. You can work on homework for another class, but you can't play games. So make sure you're not playing games. Okay, thank you. Have a great class and have an even better weekend. I'll see you on Monday.